Hello and welcome back to Skull and Bones. My name is still Cash the Stampede, and we are finishing up with part 2 of our 7-day challenge. I did leave myself the tall order of pretty much putting 5 days into this video, so let's waste no time at all and get on to it. Day 3 has a sizable amount of fort attacks today, and we start with one nearest to St. Anne. These entrepreneurial captains must have been either lacking in magnetite, because this is normally where I attack when I need that precious metal. It's either that or there were some helm materials that were being collected here. Either way, I jumped into the plunder, helped these two pirates get what they needed, and we got done with the plunder in record time.
Shows up too late.
Number 2 for the day would be an ice and easy event. Now, I will be honest, I jumped the gun here and just went over to the event, assuming that there would be a few captains who still needed to collect a bit of ice for either drinks or for the cosmetics that you can get for this event. And I did not see anyone, so I took it upon myself to just call for help. This is something that I know I'm kind of cheating a little bit, you know, it's kind of like I'm asking for help, but at this point I decided that that just is me being, you know, proactive. I'm trying to get other captains to come do things so I can help them. Help me, help you is what I'm kind of doing here. But nothing happened, so I decided to sail off, and just as soon as I did, I started to hear a bit of fire, and sure as shit, we had a captain in the mix. So I gunned it as fast as I could over, joined the world event, started spreading that fire like we love to do in the Dragon of the West, and things went a lot better. We got a few other captains showing up. Again, I was starting to get worried that this just wasn't an event that anyone was looking into today, but things worked out in the end.
There we go.
World event completed. After our first convoy event, we helped with a second convoy on our third assist for the day, the Ode to Our Allies event. I like this one because it takes place in calmer waters. The open seas are fun for the boss fights because it just makes me feel like I'm taking on Davy Jones in the Maelstrom. But the convoy events, I'm normally in a ship that can spread a lot of area of effect damage, and this doesn't work as well when the ships are all being knocked all over the place by giant waves. Also, I don't have to, you know, adjust for 30 to 40 foot waves also in my targeting, so there's also that. But we got through this one quick enough, world event completed, and I answered an SOS next for a fort. Smart Cassius this time. Hey, the Stampede was on his job. I made sure to check the board for a lot of just random helm bounties, and a lot of the forts I did today were actually a part of those helm bounties. So not only was I able to help out captains, I was able to stack quite a bit of materials to help me make some ingredients for things that aren't really important for this video. But we got done with this one, and that would put number 4 down for day 3. A double ice and easy convoy event would be on the menu next. One of them took place out in the open ocean. Another one took place in the calmer seas that was over in the Indian Ocean. I like the cadence of these because it's like, all right, crazy, take on all of these wild ships. Explosions, waves, and then it's just birds and shit, you know, just birds and explosions, but still far more reasonable than the first one. But that would wrap up day 3, putting us at 6 assists total for the day. Day 4 would start out with a battle against the Huback twins, and with this many captains on the scene, you can imagine that it did not take long at all. We actually thought we had enough time to take on Captain Galvin Roche. Now, this captain made a special appearance in our last video because someone accidentally shot at him. I'm not pointing any fingers, but it might have been me. During the last battle, and drug him into the boss fight, and well, he just ran off at the end of that fight. This time around, we thought we had enough time to go over and take him out for good, but nope. 1 minute and 30 seconds were left on the clock, and even though he's only a level 8 boss, he is chunky in the HP area, and not even a group of level 12 and 13s could take him all in that amount of time. So yeah, that would be our first L of the series. Unfortunate. After our second assist of the day, we would have 2 back-to-back convoy events. We'd have an ice and easy event that would be joined and completed, followed by another ice and easy event that would be joined and completed. With plenty of time left in the day, 4 assists down and a healthy server in front of me, I felt good about this Chorus of Havoc fight that I joined. I knew that we'd be able to get in and out of it quickly because as this fight was going on, I noticed that someone else was taking on a fort. So we dove in, dove out, got over to the fort, and locked in our 6th assist for the day. Look at that, day 4 in the bag. Day 5, tragedy strikes. So it all started off innocent enough. I noticed that there were no SOSs, but I did see that there were a pair of captains mid-plunder in a fort nearby St. Anne. So I sailed over and got there just in time. They were at the last 2 waves. I joined it, did those last 2 waves, helped complete, got an assist, my first one for the day, and even got some helm materials for my troubles. And then I put into the chat to let everyone in the server know that I am a hired gun here to help out, and rather than just jumping out, starting a few events on my own to get the ball rolling, I waited. I waited around for about 15 minutes, and then I got an alert to take on the Chorus of Havoc, the Huback twins, the brothers Huback. There was only one person here when it started, which has happened plenty of times, and it stayed that way for about 20, maybe 25 minutes. The last 5 minutes of the event got our 3rd, and it was just not enough, marking our 2nd fail for the series and our 1st fail of the Chorus of Havoc. Gotta say, I was pretty sad. With an atrocious day 5 behind me, we had a promising day 6 on the horizon, along with a Megalodon. Yeah, someone threw up an SOS for the Lestari fight. Shout out to them for this, because you don't really need multiple captains to take on this fight. Chances are they just threw it up because they realized someone may need the 2 teeth that you can get from the fight. And yeah, I got over here and so did a handful of other captains. It was good to see Lestari out here in the mix. I'm hoping the Mega Lestari, the world event Megalodon fight, comes back, because I do want a couple of other things. Man, I want that jacket and the hat from that set. But for now, I'll take these teeth and I will go on about my business. World event completed. About a PTSD would wash over me when the Chorus of Havoc SOS hit my feed. I wasn't too thrilled about jumping over to this one, especially because I only saw 2, I think, captains taking this one on, and that's what it stayed to. Unfortunately, we were not able to take out the twins yet again. That is 2 failures, 2 back-to-back Chorus failures, and our 3rd failure for the entire series, but we took this L and went on to the next event. I decided to do a plunder and call for an SOS to see what happened, and it worked. I was able to help someone else help themselves, not only once, but twice. So hey, shout out for me for being proactive. 2 back-to-back forts, and we tried to answer 1 more call after that. Right before finishing up the fort, an SOS for another sea monster went up, the Kuharibu. Gives me a chance to farm for a few more monster teeth, but alas, this captain had already taken out the sea monster by the time we arrived, or before then, as far as I know. But no monster to fight, so no assist to give. That would put us at number 4 for the day. That is day 6 done. Let's move on to day 7 and finish up this 7-day challenge. The Opwelling Elite warship would be the first ship that we would take on the final day of our 7-day challenge. This is a bounty that you can collect for yourself. It's only a level 12, so I didn't even look at the server. I hopped over quickly. Turns out there were plenty of captains helping out on this one, so this world event was completed super quick. Gave me enough time to fast travel over to a plunder. There was an actual group taking on Fort Porococo, I don't remember the name right now, but we helped out with the plunder. Plunder completed, helping out for number 2, and that led us over into an ice and easy convoy event that was nice and easy since it was only a level 7. World event complete. The final 2 events of the series would consist of a level 11 ice and easy convoy, followed up by a far less PTS inducing Chorus of Havoc that we would be able to complete. This server was actually pretty good at showing up for any and everything that was being suggested, so shout out to them for helping us get through these last few events, putting us at number 5 for day 7. With all 7 in-game days wrapped up and the challenge completed, we ended up with 32 total assists with only 3 failures. Not bad considering I did this solo and didn't really have my own personal group to help out with. We did 9 on part 1, 23 on part 2. The disparity being that I was only able to edit 2 days into the first video. I tested the limits and actually edited 5 days into this one with success, so the videos will be much better because of, you know, the testing that I did with this. So shout out to Progress and shout out to you for coming out for these. I am done with Skull and Bones for now. We're going to move over to something else, but hey, regardless if you liked it, didn't like it, thumbs up, thumbs down, left a comment or not, hey, glad to have you, and I hope to see you in the next one, and we'll see you in the feeds. Take it easy.